All right, Liz. How's it where you are? It's dreary here, and I'm literally down the street, so I assume
Michael,
dreary.
yes, the darkness today is not my favorite. And of course, wouldn't you know it, I never washed my car and I washed it yesterday on the
Of course,
beautiful
of
sunny
course.
day. And I was like, what? Why? Why are you doing that, car? I mean, weather? But I should know better. It's spring, of course, of
Could you in the
course.
chat, Liz, activate for everyone? I'm not the host. You are.
Sure.
So scroll down to the bottom where it says everyone, and then click on that triple dot so people can post in the chat.
Yes, everyone,
And I got the
triple
big
dot.
question for our group. Once you do that,
Attendees can chat with everyone.
good. So here in the chat, tell us, when did you last wash your car? And is it raining where you are? It's Murphy's Law, right? We
Did I
are
do it right?
here. I just want to make sure everyone that's joined us is here for the right reason. This is how to grow your insanely profitable CFO practice. I am working from my home office today. Um, Hence the little background's a little different. Um, did you activate the chat? Because I
I
can't.
did. You can't see it. It says, oh, Monica. Thank you, Monica. Monica did it last month. Well done. Yeah, so
Okay.
it says everyone. Do you see it now? Does that work?
Oh, good. So the big question for folks that are coming in, because now I'm seeing it. When did you last wash your car? And
Uh,
try to and make sure if you're on here, post it to everyone in the bottom chat as opposed to hosts and panelists, because hosts and panelists only I and Liz will see.
yeah.
But Tanya, thanks for the that's by the way, this is real. Like people are like, oh, is that a fake background? No, no, that's real.
No, that's
I
real.
can, I can take books off of it and stuff. I can.
I love when you go away. We can still barely hear you. It's sort of like it reminds me of Sesame Street.
Yeah, that's why I got. Yeah, exactly. I have to prove that's real. All right, so we are here for our webinar, Liz and mine, on how to grow an insanely profitable CFO practice. I want to share something to kick it off. I ran on ChatGPT here. I got to read this to you. I said, "What's the future of bookkeeping, accounting, and financial advising?" And by the way, if you're a bookkeeper or a accountant or a financial advisor of some sort, tell us in the chat what your title is, what capacity you have, and I'll tell you what ChatGPT said. Opening words. Here is the hard truth. AI is taking over many of the traditional financial practices, including bookkeeping and accounting, data entry, bank reconciliations, tax preparation, expense categorization, done faster and more accurately by machines. But there is a massive opportunity, and here's the 5 opportunities I want to share with you. It went on to say, first one off, you can see it probably doesn't zoom in. Strategic advisory services, providing CFO-like services, including fractional CFO, cash forecasting, tax planning, profitability advising, and it says hello, profit first advisors. It legit says that. System and tech consulting, tech stack development, stack architects, auditing data, data integrity, real-time accountability partner. This is where, to me, it gets super interesting. He says AI does not ask, did you really need to buy that $2,000 espresso machine? And when it does, it's confrontational. People know how to ask it and how to ask it in a way to massage or manage people in the right direction. Last one says emotional and behavioral finance guides. AI can tell you what, can't tell you why you did what you did. We need people that de-shame money conversations, that help clients reframe spending, that translate finances into peace of mind. This is the next frontier for accountants, bookkeepers, people in financial advisory services. Okay, so super interesting, Liz, in what tech is saying about tech. I
Yep.
want to share another truth is we did an informal survey, so this was not through a Gallup poll, but we started asking readers of Profit First through my list how many people are going to double check the work of their bookkeeper and accountant this year in AI, and it was over 15% of the people. And I can't remember how many surveyed it. I want to say about 100. So last year, zero. Years before that, zero. Now a small percentage is saying, oh, AI is going to be used to double check your work to do the math. And admittedly, my corporate returns came in, I did it. And
Mhm.
AI made suggestions, we'll say. So this is the future. It's inevitable, but also
Yep.
we believe it represents the greatest opportunity, perhaps of all time. I think it was don't know if someone wants to double check this. I think it was 1890 or something when the camera was created. If someone wants to check that online, when was the first publicly available or consumer ready camera available? Why that's important is up to that date, prior to that, if you were a portrait artist, you were compensated for your accuracy, your depictions of people. Maybe you did a little cleanup for them and people liked it even more. And these portraits would go on castle walls or in fine homes. And then all that changed the day the camera became available. It was a technical innovation that changed everything. And what did it change? Portrait artists were no longer the ones who were compensated for their work. In fact, it was abstract artists. And they were paid at a massive, massive premium. The most profitable artists of all time in history have been the people that did the abstract. So what was interesting is it triggered a shift in how we behaved radically. I would make it akin to what we're experiencing now with AI. And the people who adjusted became the new frontier. It was something that the technology couldn't do. It could just replicate what already existed, but it couldn't see beyond that. I think, wow, isn't that the definition of what AI is doing? Mm-hmm. It's replicating what's out there. It's just taking an amalgamation of what's the best of stuff and saying, here's what I believe to be the best of stuff. But it can't do the abstract, at least for the foreseeable future. So that's our opportunity, people. That's why we're doing this webinar. And Liz, data researcher, 1888, very, very
Thank
memorable.
you. I did deep work on that one. Thank you so much for noticing.
Deep work. So 1888 was the year that everything transformed.
By who did it? You know who did it? Who introduced it?
Well, that wasn't Edison, was it?
No. He's from Rochester, New York. Which I did know without the
Polaroid?
Google. Close. His brother, George Eastman.
George Eastman. Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Kodak. Yeah. So it all changed there. So, and they partied like it was 1888.
They sure did. Turn of the century. So exciting. It's great.
Liz and I, our team here at Profit First Professionals, emphatically believe we are working in this new frontier, and that we, over the last few years, because this was inevitable, this transition, have been helping our Profit First professionals translate the service they provide to have the human element, to guide around the stuff that people can't have the computers do. And just like the abstract artists, they are dictating premiums by making their clients far more profitable. They themselves are far more profitable. So I know that's a big ado. I just wanted to set the stage. Our goal here is to share best practices, share some insights we've discovered, and answer your questions. We also would love to invite you to consider Profit First Professionals if that's a fit for you. So I'm going to throw the microphone, literally, here comes.
Ow.
Yeah, so that was a good throw. Throw the microphone at Liz to share what's going on.
Sure. Thank you. And I love the way that you said that. You know what it reminded me of? We have a member who sent an email to us last week, Venus's email. Mike, did you see that?
Not only to say, I was literally looking at just a few minutes ago.
Oh my goodness.
Because you responded with such nice accolades to her.
I cried. I looked at that Forbes article and I was just, I was like, this is why we do what we do. And so I'll lead in, I won't tease you all on this, but we have a member. She's in our mastery program, a designer program, and she's been a member for a long time. She's shared in previous events that we've had the incredible success she's had in terms of revenue, profitability, confidence, team, all of these things, like all the stories you get in her email. I loved it. It said all the feels, feeling all the feels today. And what I love about what she does is exactly what Mike just said. She's bringing the human abstract element to financial coaching, to bookkeeping, and to accounting. And so she shared a story about the success of one of her clients, and I got goosebumps. I'm sure Mike did too. We're a bunch of babies over here. We tear up pretty easily. So this is definitely a tearful, wonderful email. But she was sharing how the punchline here, the problem, she said, it fed his soul but not his business. So this is a photographer. And he was sharing that, you know, I'm doing this work outside of my regular business, and this is all I really want to do, but it wasn't making him any money. And so she figured out a way to help him financially increase his profitability and increase his ability to do this in general. And it started with the fact that she's not a normal accounting firm. She's not a normal bookkeeping firm. She sees things because of the idea of profit first and the idea that we can truly make an impact with our financial clarity with profit first as the foundation. And it's fundamentally changed everything. Fast forward, the guys they had this beautiful article in Forbes this week
Yeah.
about this person and what he did for the
With
record,
dogs.
with dogs. He photographs shelter dogs so they get adopted, because anyone who's ever done it, I'm a shelter dog mom. You look at those pictures and they look the saddest dogs ever, and you're like, oh, that's a sad dog. Anyway, he said that's not what I want to change that, and he did, while still having a very profitable business on the side, or on his main thing. Anyway, Venus exemplifies what we're talking about. So when you signed up for this webinar today, is, have a wildly successful CFO practice. What we're talking about is, yes, profitability, but to us, profit means so much more than the bottom line. It means so much more than just money. It means filling your bucket filling your soul, filling your spirit, being able to reach more clients that maybe wouldn't be appropriate to you 5 years ago, or wouldn't be, but most people say, no, I won't work with. It's being able to do things that really impact change on a huge scale. And so that's what we're talking about today. I just, for the record, my name is Liz Sporn. I'm a guide here at Profit First. I've been here for about 5 years, a little over 5 years now, which is crazy to me. But what we're doing is we are really on a mission, not only to eradicate entrepreneurial poverty, but we're really on a mission to help bring advisory services to the forefront of your firm. As I said, Venus is not a normal a bookkeeping firm. She's not. Most of our members, and I mean it in the most loving way, they're here to make an impact. They're here
Right.
to advance and help their clients succeed. Historically, Mike has done an opening question where he'll say, he's working with accounting firms, and he'll say, how many of your clients are profitable? And he'll have to go down to, like, people are saying maybe 10% of my clients are actually profitable, which is, it hurts your heart when you watch accountants go, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help them. That's where we come in. And that's where for you investing in this time today and to really take a look at advisory and profit strategy is really what we want to do. So when I think about advisory, when I think about what we're helping our clients do, and what we wanted to talk about today is the reasons to bring profitability and advisory services to your business. One is simply because you'll have better paying clients. You're missing out on these high paying clients who actually want to talk to you, who don't just want to look at the past and have everything reconciled in a report that they may never use. The clients that many of us want, and that most of us want, are the clients who are like, tell me more. I want to learn. I don't know how to do this, but I want to make better decisions. I want to make better intentional decisions for my business. If you don't have advisory, you're not attracting those people. If you don't have advisory, you're blending in with the competition and you look like everybody else. And so they type in Morristown, New Jersey bookkeeping firm. You're not standing out. You're one of 50. Or accounting firm, you're one of 100. And so this is a way advisory allows you to stand out. Advisory allows you to say, this is who we are, this is what we do and what we value. You're also leaving money on the table. I mean, again, small business owners, they're scared. I joke that many of us as entrepreneurs are afraid of going to tax jail. We don't actually know what that means, but we're nervous about making a mistake and going to tax jail, because we really don't know what to do and we want to learn, we want to help. We want someone to talk to us about this. And then also the advisory piece, if you don't offer advisory, you're also missing out on your own professional development. Y'all are smart people. You've spent a lot of time on certifications, on degrees, on master's degrees, on building your business. Here's an opportunity to keep learning and to keep growing and investing in yourself, which then increases your profitability and your revenue and all of those things. So that's sort of why we're here is we know the power of advisory. We know that their clients want it. We know it can allow you to be far more successful and stand out in this very crowded space. And it allows you to sort of say, all right, AI, I see you. I'm not really afraid of you. I'm just going to do the abstract stuff.
Do you mind if I interject a
Yeah, go ahead.
question? Okay, great. This is for our community that's in right now. In the chat, what percentage of clients come to you already profitable? Just put that in the chat, already profitable. The reason I want to ask who are profitable under your tutelage, I don't want you to take that as a criticism. Secondly, I was talking with accountant, and I asked him what percentage of clients are profitable. He said 100%. I'm like, that's actually shocking, because even companies that do profit first, if they're struggling, they struggle. He's like, well, they're profitable in a recast. So yeah, you can change the numbers on a recast to make anything profitable. So the question is, what percentage come
Mm,
to you already profitable? And the number we find is less than 15% usually. So
yeah.
Monica shared 5%. I invite everyone else, put it in the chat, and some people are responding as a host, respond to everyone so they can see it. All right, let's back to. And by the way,
Yeah.
my rescue pooch walked in, slid my barn door, office door open, came
Yeah.
in, smacked me with his
Yeah.
tail a few times, and then left.
Yeah. He's like, just making sure you know I'm still here,
Yeah,
bro.
he's like, yeah,
Here.
hey,
I'm here.
why didn't
I'm
you talk
good.
about me on the show? Michael says 35%. Blake says 3 clients, all profitable, 2 or slightly above break even. Jefferson has 50% of his clients arrive profitable. That's interesting. Camille says about 10% arrive or to being profitable. Most don't have a lot of clients though.
I love that, Melissa. You're like, most, but I don't have a lot. So,
You're right,
but
right.
still,
Yeah.
yeah, Mike, I think aside from Jeff, most people are at that 10, 15%.
Yeah, that seems to be the normal number as how they arrive. All right, I just wanted to ask that. Liz, also, I can't share links or anything. I'm
Mhm.
just set where I can't. So I did
Sure.
put the link in. I got a host request or direct request saying,
Sure.
what's the link? If
That,
you could just post it and then we'll
there you
talk
go.
about, yeah, that's the
Yep.
link to check out our organization, what we're doing. All right, back to you, Liz.
Oh, nice, Camille. Which those 10% follow profit first, right? Great, good for them. That's fantastic. I love it. All right, so what I wanted to share today, I wanted to share some of the tools and the things that we teach our members here. And so I'm going to share. Let's do a little share with you. I'm going to share our CFO playbook. And this is something, again, as members, we dive deep on, and we really go piece by piece and help our members to be able to bring this to life much more specifically. And y'all can see this, correct? CFO playbook. Thumbs up. Mike, can you see it?
Yep, nice and clear. Looks great.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And so in general, what we're looking to do by, through our membership, but also for today, is we want to help you provide more financial clarity to your clients. We want to help you to increase their decision making and make it proactive as opposed to reactive, which is where most of our clients live. They're making reactive decisions, real time, usually based on some sort of fire. And it could be a fire, they lost a couple clients, they lost a couple employees, they lost a revenue stream, there are tariffs, there are, a manufacturing company shut down. You could fill in the blank. Y'all know these stories. And so what we do in general is we want to help your clients have better decisions. We want to help you to put guardrails on their business. Advisory conversations allow you to have conversations that say, hey, you told me you wanted to do this. Here's how I can help you do this. It ensures
Could you
that,
zoom out one click? Because we had some guests,
oh,
we can't see, and nor can I. It gets clipped off the bottom. So as you go through
oh,
the
okay.
slides, there
Yep.
you
And
go.
then
That's
yep.
thanks.
Yep, thank you. Again, this kind of these pieces that I'll go into in a second, we're really looking to leverage and support the behavior that they already have, right? So in general, if those of you who have read Profit First, the book, you know that it's not really about behavior change, it's leveraging what we already do, i.e. checking that bank account on our phones multiple times a month. And so we want to help our business owners and ourselves to do better with the information and to know how to read it and to be able to keep going. So obviously, at the foundation of all of these services is profit first for us. And so what though we're looking at is how to do what your clients actually want you to do anyway. So when we're looking at the tangible benefits or the tangible conversations that you can have with your clients, these are the services that we provide. We're helping our business owners, our members, to offer more explicitly CFO services. That doesn't mean they are a CFO, doesn't mean they want to be a fractional CFO or a CFO, but it means they're offering services that CFOs provide, which is simply analyzing the data, using the past to guide the future. That is what we're focusing on. For us, the very beginning starts with something called a financial performance review. It's a profit assessment where we're saying, give me the last 12 months. Let's see where you were. Where has your cash gone? And where do you want it to go? And then we'll show you how to get there and how we can move forward and make better decisions. All of these resources that you'll see on this far right side are things that live in our Profit First University. So, for those of you here today, use what you can. use what you have and see how you can put this together is the best way for me to share this information. I have to say, and now we've rolled this specific thing out about a year ago, and it's so funny how many people said, I have been doing this for so long, except it is not a service. It is not anything I get paid for. I spend a lot of time on it, and many of my clients don't do anything with it. What we want and what we help our business owners to do here, and what I want you to do here, is to say, take a look at all these resources or these services, say, I do provide that already, and let's look at how we can increase what you're doing, be more deliberate and intentional about what you offer, and have these conversations with your clients, not for free, not out of the goodness of your heart, but really making them standard, making you sticky, making you have a better reason to talk to them. Goal setting is one of the first ones that I always start with, and it sounds so silly, but in our first calls with people, we're saying, what do you want to increase or decrease or create in your business? You'll be shocked, or not, about how many accountants and bookkeepers have never asked their clients that ever. They'll be fine asking, how many bank accounts do you have? Do you use QuickBooks or do you use Xero? How many credit cards do you have? But they don't say, what do you want to happen in your business? What are you working for? Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? That question alone, deliberately and intentionally, and then built into what you do with your advisory, is a game changer for your clients. Many clients expect that they're going to have these kind of conversations with you, and then they're very disappointed when you don't. So for you to say, before we get too far down the road in this, I want to share, I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know what fills your soul. Tell me why you're doing this business. Why are you working so hard? Right? I mean, right? It gives me goosebumps. Like
Totally.
these, right? These
And what
conversations. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to do a quick ad. So, in talking with many accountants and bookkeepers about billing practices, I just want to put an underline under what Liz shared with, it's the unspoken thing that you're already doing that is an opportunity to dictate a more appropriate fee for the work you do.
Yep.
It's it's so funny. I was talking with an accountant who said, "Oh yeah, we have an internal double check. So we prepare XYZ documents. We have an internal double check." I'm like, "Oh, does your client know that?" I said, "No." I'm like, "Is that typical?" They said, "No, not really." My gosh, you're doing something of such value. Even if you choose that it's not appropriate to modify your prices, just edifying your client that you're doing this
Mm-hmm.
allows them to see that value you're delivering. And that's the nice thing is, when it comes to CFO service, I think some people see it as a radical shift. I have to learn all these new things, and there is learning and there is new things.
For sure.
But you already checked off these boxes. You already have a head start. You've passed the starting line for sure.
Yeah. Yep. And so again, starting with goal setting, starting with where things have been, where they want to go, what you have the opportunity to do with CFO services is to break it down and say, here's how we're going to get here. Let me build the path with you. We're in this together, right? And then you're in this together. So then it moves into more fun things that I now do love as much as you guys might, which are forecasting and KPIs, creating these metrics that your clients understand and can make better decisions. So you're saying, you don't need 50 KPIs. You don't. But let's look at 3 based on what you told me you want to do, based on what happened for the last 12 months. These are the 3 that I think would be the most important for you to look at on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. That alone is mind-blowing, because how many of your clients are like, I don't even know what to do. They look at the P&L or they don't. They look at the balance sheet, and most likely they never look at the statement of cash flows. And they're able to say, oh my gosh, it's like you're helping them to read a different language. How amazing is that? How impactful is that? How sticky are you? You're the hero, is all I'm going to say. Just saying. Financial hero. So then we have other things like performance indicators. You're meeting quarterly to have these conversations. This doesn't have to be weekly. It could be whatever you want. But as Mike said, showing them that this is what you're doing would be powerful enough to say, hey, just to let you know, this is how I got here based on the things that you already told me. Some of the
Camille
others,
says,
yeah, go
would
ahead.
love to offer that to my clients, especially those who understand profit first. It
Mm-hmm.
does. It does. And that was to the hosts and panelists, not to the major group.
Mm-hmm.
It does integrate, right, Liz, these things directly with the profit first umbrella, if you will.
Correct. Yes, because we here again, we're profit first professionals, but that is the foundation. That is the solid footing upon which every client, that every member that we have and their clients have. So they start with that and say, all right, here's our home base. We're always going to come back to this, right? So we're going to meet every quarter and we're going to come back to where we started and say, how's it feeling? How are the changes? How's it going? 6 months later, how's it? Here's where we were. Let's check progress. I don't know if y'all ever read, it's a book called The Gap and the Gain. And there's one of the concepts is always measure backward. And that's a big piece saying, do you remember where you were 6 months ago? Because most of us don't. We're just, pedaling and just running, and we forget because we still see how far we have to go. Being able to use these insights and the KPIs and the foundation of a profit first assessment, for example, allows us to look back and say, do you remember where you were a year ago? I mean, I just did this morning with a member named Steve who went all the way back to 1983, and he is now a $5 million company. And he's like, this all started in 2018. Even then, I can't believe where I am right now.
That's
And I
Steve
love
Bousquet? Is it someone
friend. I'll
else?
show you. I'm going to share. No, it is. I'm going to share this thing with you. He sent it. He's like, please send it to Mike.
He's had such a remarkable
Yeah. And
run.
he goes back, and I'm so glad he does because it is empowering. So again, even the act of going back to where they started for your clients, that is a service to your client. Being able to help with capital advice and funding, that may not be your specialty, but you can ask, is this something that you want? Is this something that you need? You said you wanted to have a new location. Let's talk more about this. Tell me more. You told me, tell me a little bit more, and let's see how we can get there. Right? Some of the other services that we talk about, and we do this again with our members, we're spending a lot of time on each of these and having, they have access to so many of the resources and the calculators and the tools that we have. But even this, leadership and team support, you get to a certain level and you're like, I don't actually want to do this kind of work anymore. Let's talk about how we get other people involved. You don't have to be an HR or a staffing expert to help them with these conversations. You can show them the financial path to hire more. We have, Mike and Ron have 22 bank accounts, right? Something like that. And one of them is called a future hire account.
We have
They
23 bank accounts. Ron
oh,
only knows of 22.
it's very smart. But one of them is a future hire account. So when we get to a place where they say, hey, you know what, we're at capacity, the guides, we need another guide or we need another admin or something, they know already that there's at least 3 months worth of money in there to pay that person. Because as we all know, hiring is a gamble and you never know what you're going to get for the first 90 days. And
Yeah,
so you could say, all right, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I just want to add to that because that's such a good point. As in traditional kind of accounting work, we simply project and say, we think you can based upon your
Yeah.
history. CFOs prove you can. So if you become a fractional CFO, it's not thinking you can, it's proving you can. So one technique, to Liz's point, is if you need to make that higher, the company you're serving needs to make that higher, we're going to prove it works. So we start paying their salary by like allocating to an account. It proves cash flow viability and it builds a reserve. Then when they actually go through the hire, they have this reserve built up. So they've proven the business can handle the cash flow. It is properly prepared for it. CFO proved it. Then when they make the hire, they have runway. So this person doesn't have to get out and be billable instantly because the money's there. This is one of countless techniques where, to your earlier point, profit first complements the CFO's primary job. Don't think, prove.
Yeah, it's so great. And again, like, you're proving this, but also you don't have to do this work. As offering these services, you're showing them the way and then saying, here's who you could use, right? So I use the line a lot. We curate and create. So you're creating a path, but then you're going to curate strategic partners, right? And even that, being able to broaden your network, to have trusted advisors in your corner, how amazing does that make you look? You're like, here are all the people. These are all my trusted advisors, so that you are, again, sticky to your clients. And so they can say, holy cow, do you know any attorneys? Do you know any blah, blah, blah? And you've created strategic, profit-minded professionals in your corner too. So all of these things, like, so as you can see, these skills, these services are things that allow you to become that much stickier than just sending a monthly report with all their numbers on it, which is fine and helpful and necessary. But soon AI will be able to take that. So those are the CFO services that I wanted to share. And again, these are the things that you would be able to offer to your clients. I hope you took some screenshots of that image, of those images, and said, all right, what do I already do? What could I offer? How could I build this into a different service? Maybe you're looking at doing, instead of, hopefully very few of you are still doing hourly services, and you're looking more at a tiered pricing model, that you have different levels, a gold, silver, bronze, if you will. You could say, could this fit into my silver package? What are these conversations am I already doing? I just haven't been charging for. Those are the things that we know advisory firms of the future, and really right now, are able to do and create such impact and such value for their clients, as well as charge much nicer, profitable rates for you and for your team. So you can live the dream that you have of hiring more. Mike has always said, the job of a CFO is to hire people,
Right.
is to be able to, right? And you can't do that if it's just you. So being able to be more profitable, to hire more, to support your community, or wherever you're hiring.
Yeah.
So
Don't do the work, lead the work. There
yeah,
was a funny, it's kind of a fable about a plumber, and this story goes like this: someone has a leak at their home, and they're trying to repair it themselves, and they spend hours and hours and hours and cannot repair it. So out of frustration, they call a plumber, and a plumber comes and he sees the leak. He looks at the wall and very selectively takes a hammer and taps once, and the leak stops instantly. And the plumber says that's $500. So the homeowner's like, "You only took a second." He's like, "Yeah, seconds to fix it. It was decades of learning how to fix it." And then, of course, the owner paid. We're moving to a gig economy. There's a book called The Gig Economy that came out, I think, 5 to 10 years ago. And what we're looking for now is the person who's hit the right place, the right time. Less and less are we going to work for an individual company in the CFO capacity and be there permanently. We are fractionalized. But imagine doing 20 taps a day. You're that $10,000 a day person. And that's what the opportunity is here. Now, I do, if you don't mind sharing the link again, I want to invite everyone here just to check out Profit First Professionals, what we're doing. With this transition, we're seeing more demand than there is supply, which is a unique circumstance to be in. More people are inquiring about Profit First as the economy is actively shifting. It's a very kind of murky area right now. More people are saying, I need to be profitable. How do I do it? And who can help me? The link is in there. Now, I don't invite you to sign up unless it's a fit. When I say sign up for a conversation with Liz or Ron. I'm just inviting you to go and check it out and see if there's a fit. I do have a question for you. Someone actually sent me a question to host. If you have a question, you can put in the chat, you can put in the Q&A. But let's just do a couple questions, then we can wrap things up.
sure.
The question came in is about what size, I'm just going to paraphrase because it's long. What size client, Liz, is ideal for fractional CFO services?
Sure. Well, so of course, I'm going to answer the question with a question. Who's your ideal client? First of all, right? So the way that we have this conversation, we get this a lot from our members of, who can pay, who's going to pay this? First of all, what are you doing for them? What's the ROI that you're providing? When we look at ideal clients for our members, and we have this conversation where, we have several exercises that we go through, and we look at the type of service they want to provide, what they currently provide, what they can provide, things like that. Where we're always going to is, who are your ideal people, though? I mean, I really go back to that. Everybody here, there's no, as members, we don't set anybody's rates. We don't say you have to charge this. We know that being able to be of service and create success and wealth for your clients speaks for itself. And so, we have members, though, who are charging $1,000 a month for advisory services. We have members who are charging $5,000 a month for advisory services. Many of you on this call might be saying, oh my gosh, my clients will never pay that. And to that I say, your current clients may not. What about your future clients? People only see you as they see you right now. So what we're always looking at is, who do you really want to work with? So let's say you have 15 clients and 3 of them are restaurants, and you don't really like working with restaurants anymore. And you know that they take up a lot of your time. It's really hard. They're always stressed out. They're mad at you a lot because they're just mad in general, because restaurants are exhausting. And you say, I don't want to work with them anymore. And you say, okay, great. I'm not telling you to fire those clients, but who do you like working with? You're like, I have these 4 who are therapists. I love them because they get it. They have small teams. They're learners. They understand and appreciate certification, whatever, all those things. So the size, I don't think I can give you the right answer, but I can ask more questions to help you discover the right
Mm.
answer.
The next
Was that a
question came
cheat?
in.
Did I cheat? Did I cheat on
You
that one?
no, you no, you didn't cheat because you answered a question with a question. That's what all the smarty farties do.
Thank you.
What this question that came in is what credentials are necessary to have the label or term fractional CFO?
Sure. There is actually no credentialing or
Oh, really?
certification for CFO right now.
I didn't
Yes. And
actually even know that.
yeah, I did. Well, so we have a member named Ryan, and I always ask him, I'm like, it's still true, right? It's still, and again, many people get nervous about that. They say, I don't want to say I'm a CFO if I don't feel like I'm a CFO or I'm not. And if you notice what we said is these are CFO services. You can call yourself whatever you want. Our members will call themselves a bookkeeper, an accountant, a profit strategist, a profit artist. They'll call themselves an advisor, a coach, a Sherpa is
Yeah.
what you all use the word over here, guide and a Sherpa. But you're providing CFO services. You can still say, hey, I'm an accountant, the CEO, or CEO of my firm. We provide CFO services. Here's what they do. Bottom line is our goal is to increase profitability for our clients. We use these CFO services to get you there. Right. So right now there's no
Yeah, I
certification
love
for
that. I got
CFO.
one more question, but I do want to share what Blake Thomas sent to us on the host channel. He said, one of my clients was break even. I told her to read Profit First. She read over the weekends, and we're implementing Profit First the following week, which is amazing. And that's the tool. Profit First has gone on and continues to grow, but to be the number one recognized brand in the world for cash flow management for small business. And what you did, Blake, is thank you for spreading the word. I hope it serves your client. Hope it serves you. It is a great way with clients. Show them the recipe, the cookbook,
Mm,
and then you cook it for them. Don Miller, a good friend of mine, said that the reason people hire coaches is not because they don't know the recipe. They want to make sure they're getting the recipe right.
amen.
So encourage people to read the book and they'll
Yeah.
discover the recipe, but they likely may want to cook it themselves. Last
Right.
question came in, Liz. I know you know the answer to this one. When was the camera first publicly available? What year?
Uh, ding ding ding. 1888. George
Oh
Eastman.
my gosh, you
Thank
won the trivia
you.
contest.
Thank you.
All right, my
Thank
friends, we
you.
are at time. We hope you got some ideas and some tips here, some things that cause you to think. The time to take action is now. AI, at least in the Neuron, this is a newsletter I subscribe to, has doubled its capacity or ability in the last 3 months. 3 months, and it's going faster. This is the opportunity for you to bring the humanization to the work we do, because that is what clients are starving for right now. We think Profit First Professionals may be a path for you to consider. So if that sounds compelling, click on the link that Liz shared and check us out. Liz, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I do. So I encourage you to follow us. If you have followed Profit First Professionals, I help with a lot of the social media. So if you ever have any ideas, please share with me. You can follow me on LinkedIn or just connect with me that way. But we want to be of service to you. Bottom line, Mike and I do these events every month because we want truly to eradicate entrepreneurial poverty. And we
Yeah.
know that the best way to get there is through you all. I just encourage you to take one thing away from today and implement it. That's it. Just one thing. Follow us though, because I would love to chat with you and continue the conversation. We would love to have a conversation. Ron and I meet with you in person over Zoom, of course. But you're welcome to come to New Jersey, if anyone's here, come on over. We'd love to see you. But we would, we're here for you. And I see now we have some things. Let's see.
Yeah. So Ali says, I work with clients in the UK and want to add Jamaica, question mark. Where would I apply? Yeah, we work with members internationally. We'd love to work in
Mhm.
Jamaica. I actually spent quite a bit of time in Ochos Rios, Kingston, Montego, working with entrepreneurs in Jamaica for years.
Nice.
So
Nice.
maybe you can share the link one more time. Ali, the
Sure.
starting point's that link. Jeff Davidson said, we'll do probably another webinar would be nice about AI integration. Yeah, we'll explore that.
Okay.
We can maybe have some of our members come on and talk about how they're
Oh,
integrating it into their CFO
Peter,
practice.
you missed that, Mike. He came on the Connect and Grow call, Peter McCarroll.
Oh, Peter
Follow him.
McCarroll did right.
Peter McCarroll, who's a member, he just did a huge thing on AI. You find him on LinkedIn, everybody. He's at the cutting edge of
Maybe we
this.
can
It's
do
fun.
it for our general audience and not just our
Sure.
members,
Hmm.
or at least share some of the insights. And I'm pivoting, says Ali, from small creative companies. There's profit first for creatives to property developers. There's profit first for investment, real estate investments.
Yep.
So yes, profit first works for
Yep.
all industries, not all circumstances. That's where a profit first professional comes in. There's certain cases where it may not be suitable, but I would say we have yet to find an industry where it doesn't work or an economy where it doesn't work.
Right.
But we'll guide you on how to navigate that as a profit first professional.
Great.
All right, Liz,
Great.
I'm done. Anything else you got?
No, that's it. Thank you all so much for joining us and spending this time with us. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see y'all.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, guys.